The story begins in the quiet, affluent neighborhood of Maplewood, where the sprawling estate of the Anderson family stands as a testament to their wealth and status. The house, a grand Victorian mansion, is surrounded by lush gardens and towering trees, providing a serene backdrop to the drama that unfolds within its walls. Sophia Anderson, a woman in her late 30s, stands before her ornate mirror, adjusting her blouse. The house is silent, save for the distant ticking of a grandfather clock. The camera pans to show her reflection, lost in thought. Sophia's voiceover begins. The day my stepson saw me changing was one of the most unexpected moments of my life. It all started like any other day, quiet, solitary. My husband, Richard, was away on yet another business trip, leaving me to fill the void. The camera shifts to show Ethan, Sophia's 22-year-old stepson, entering the house. Ethan is confident, well-educated, and has recently moved back home after graduating from university. Sophia watches him from a distance, a slight smile playing on her lips. Her voiceover continues. Ethan had moved back after college. He was kind, helpful, and his presence was a welcome change. But over time, I began to notice things, fleeting glances, lingering smiles. I told myself it was nothing, just my imagination. Sophia is in her bedroom, changing into a silk robe. The sunlight filters through the blinds, casting golden rays across the room. She unhooks her bra, holding the robe against her chest, when the door creaks open. Ethan stands in the doorway, his eyes wide with surprise. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," he stammers. "I didn't know you were in here. I thought you were downstairs." Sophia quickly adjusts her robe, her cheeks flushing with embarrassment. "It's okay," she says, her voice barely above a whisper. "I didn't hear you come in." Ethan hesitates, his gaze flickering between her face and the robe. "I didn't mean to intrude," he says, turning to leave. "I'll go." As he turns to leave, Sophia calls out, "Ethan, wait." The word hangs in the air, charged with tension. Ethan stops, turning back to face her. The camera focuses on their faces, the silence between them heavy with unspoken emotions. "You don't have to go," Sophia says softly. "You just caught me by surprise." Ethan takes a tentative step into the room, his expression softening. "Are you sure you're okay?" he asks, his voice gentle. Sophia hesitates, her defenses beginning to crumble. "I'm fine," she says, her voice wavering. I guess I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed lately." Ethan takes another step closer, his voice firm yet kind. "You don't have to go through this alone. I'm here for you." Sophia looks at him, her eyes searching his. The vulnerability in his words takes her breath away. "Thank you," she whispers. "You have no idea how much that means to me." Ethan reaches out, lightly brushing her hand with his. The contact sends a jolt through her, and she feels her defenses crumbling further. "Sophia, I care about you," he says, his voice barely above a whisper. The room seems to shrink around them, the air thick with unspoken emotions. Sophia looks at him, her heart pounding in her chest. "Ethan, this is complicated," she says, her voice barely audible. Ethan nods, his hand resting gently on her shoulder. "I know," he says, "but that doesn't make it any less real." He takes another step closer, his hand cupping her cheek. The warmth of his touch sends a shiver down her spine. "Sophia, you don't have to say anything," he murmurs. "Just let me be here for you." Slowly, he leans in, his lips brushing against hers in a tentative kiss. Sophia hesitates for a moment before responding, the kiss deepening as the tension between them finally breaks. The camera pulls back, showing the two lost in the moment, the outside world fading away. Sophia's voiceover continues. "In that moment, I stopped worrying about what was right or wrong. All that mattered was how he made me feel, alive, desired." The scene fades to black as the kiss lingers, leaving the future uncertain but the connection undeniable. As the night wears on, Sophia and Ethan find themselves drawn to each other, their bond deepening with each passing moment. They share stories, laughter, and a sense of belonging that neither has felt before. The house, once silent and empty, is now filled with a warmth that radiates from their shared presence. Sophia's voiceover resumes. As the night wore on, I realized there was no going back. This was just the beginning. The screen fades to black, leaving the audience with a sense of anticipation and emotional weight. The next morning, the sun rises over Maplewood, casting a golden glow over the Anderson estate. Sophia wakes up to find Ethan already in the kitchen, preparing breakfast. The aroma of fresh coffee and pancakes fills the air, creating a sense of domestic bliss that feels both familiar and new. Sophia watches him from the doorway, a soft smile on her lips. "Good morning," she says, her voice warm. Ethan turns to face her, a grin spreading across his face. "Morning," he replies. "I hope you're hungry. I made your favorite." They sit down to eat, the conversation flowing easily between them. They talk about their dreams, their fears, and their hopes for the future. The connection between them is palpable, a tangible thread that binds them together. As the days turn into weeks, Sophia and Ethan find themselves falling deeper into their forbidden love. They steal moments together, their bond growing stronger with each shared glance and whispered word. The house, once a symbol of loneliness and isolation, is now a sanctuary where they can be themselves, free from the judgment of the outside world. One evening, as they sit in the garden, watching the sunset paint the sky with hues of orange and pink, Sophia turns to Ethan, her eyes filled with uncertainty. "What are we doing, Ethan?" she asks, her voice barely above a whisper. "This is wrong, isn't it?" Ethan takes her hand, his grip firm and reassuring. "It might be wrong in the eyes of the world," he says, "but it feels right to me. And that's all that matters." He leans in, pressing a soft kiss to her lips, sealing his words with a promise of forever. Sophia's voiceover continues. "In that moment, I knew. I knew that I was willing to risk everything for this love, for this man. Because he made me feel alive in a way that no one else ever had." As the days turn into months, Sophia and Ethan's love story unfolds against the backdrop of Maplewood's changing seasons. They face challenges, both internal and external, but their bond remains unbroken. They learn to navigate the complexities of their relationship, finding strength in each other and in the love that binds them together. One day, as they walk hand in hand through the garden, the leaves crunching under their feet, Sophia turns to Ethan, a soft smile on her lips. "You know," she says, "I never thought I'd find love like this. But here we are, against all odds." Ethan squeezes her hand, his eyes filled with love. "Here we are," he agrees. "And I wouldn't have it any other way." The camera pans out, showing the Anderson estate in all its glory, a symbol of their love and the journey they have undertaken together. Sophia's voiceover concludes, "And so, our story continues, a tale of forbidden love that defies convention and embraces the unexpected. Because sometimes, the most beautiful things in life are the ones we never saw coming." The screen fades to black, leaving the audience with a sense of completion and a heart full of emotion. The story of Sophia and Ethan serves as a reminder that love, in all its forms, is a powerful force that can overcome even the most daunting of obstacles. And as the credits roll, the audience is left with a lingering sense of hope and a belief in the power of love to conquer all.